Yo Solheim, how can I prepare for the Burning Crusade? What is up guys, today I want to tell you guys everything you could do to prepare for TBC Classic. I'm gonna give you guys a quick heads up that we will cover quite a few different topics in this video, and I'm not a hardcore player, I'm a casual player, so my advice might not be for everyone, but hopefully there's something in here for everyone. Because we will be covering quite a few different topics ranging from nothing to everything, I should also let you know there's timestamps to everything in the description as well, as the timeline itself will be broken into categories, so if there's any specific topic you are interested in or not interested in, check out that timeline. I also want to say that I've already made a TBC preparation video which is more relevant for gold farming and gold making, but I wanted to make this preparation video for those of you who might not be too interested in gold making, but still want to prepare yourself for the journey to level 70. Number 1. Level up alts. This one might be particularly relevant during the TBC pre-patch as the experience required to level up is reduced by a little bit, and several new quests are added to the game, so actually leveling up to level 60 will be a fair bit quicker. In TBC, or I guess I should say the TBC pre-patch, we are getting access to Blood Elves and Draenei, which also means Hordes are getting access to Paladins and Alliance are getting access to Shamans. If you're a new player, that would be the perfect time to start playing Classic WoW, because leveling will be faster and finding groups will be a lot easier, as a lot of people will be leveling up these new races and new classes, especially considering you can't use your level 58 boost on these new races, so they have to be leveled from scratch. Number 2. Think about which class you want to play. This kinda ties into my first advice as well, because the more level 60s you have, the more options you have here, but thankfully you can also use the boost on a level 58 character when TBC comes out, so use that to your advantage. Basically in Classic WoW we saw a huge warrior and rogue meta for raiding, and that meta will change drastically in TBC, where ranged becomes super powerful, and you've probably already noticed a lot of warrior mains switching over to warlocks or hunters, or possibly even some of the previous meme specs. Also, if you're not raiding, knowing which classes are strong and not is also really good, so you don't end up picking a class that will make you quit the game. Speaking from experience, one of my friends quit Classic WoW at level 30 because he chose to main a Retribution Paladin, and when he figured out all they did was a melee attacking really slow, he got bored and quit. I also had a friend chose a warrior main and he quit at level 36. Long story short, really think about which class you want to play and what playstyle fits you. I will leave a link to Mad Season's class picking guide for TBC Classic in the video description as he goes really in depth on that topic, and I want to keep this video short and sweet. Number 3. Clear out your inventory. Throughout your time in Classic WoW, your inventory has probably filled up more and more to the point where right now half your banks is filled with items you think you need but you probably don't, and you especially won't need these in TBC, at least not while leveling, so do yourself a favor and go into TBC with clean bags. Number 4. Bring consumables. Seriously, there's so many Classic WoW consumables that can give you a massive edge early in TBC, and some are actually used throughout TBC as well, like the Elixir of Demon Slaying, but since this guide is mostly aimed at preparing yourself for the launch of TBC, here's a couple of consumables I would bring for launch. Swiftness Potion to help yourself speed out of dangerous scenarios, Invisibility Potion to skip through certain mobs when doing quests, like for example in Hellfire Peninsula, you will need to grab some Ravager eggs, and by using this Invisibility Potion you can run past those Ravagers, and position yourself behind the eggs and pick them up. There are several quests like that where having invisibility potions can help you skip combat, and saving those seconds are crucial to getting ahead of the pack. Additionally, invisibility potions are really useful on PvP servers for obvious reasons. Healing and mana potions depending on your class to help you pull more mobs and quests faster. Elixir of Demon Slaying for melee DPS as well as Elixir of Mungoose for a melee DPS as well, and Greater Arcane Elixir or Elixir of Shadow Power or Frost Power for casters, depending on your spec. You can also go for the Flask of Supreme Power if you really want to be a big boy caster. Number 5. Max out your professions. To actually learn TBC professions, you need to have 275 skill in vanilla professions, but going all the way to 300 skill is probably your best bet. Basically, you can't just skip the vanilla portion and jump straight into TBC professions, like you can in several of the recent retail expansions, and you definitely don't want to spend hours leveling up your vanilla herbalism or vanilla mining when TBC comes out, so do that now and your character will thank you for it. I should also say that you can get a lot of value out of something as easy as fishing, so level up fishing as well if you're into gold farming. Number 6. Have a group of friends ready to play with or link up with people in game that fit your gaming schedule. You will find a lot of elite group quests where you will want at least 2 players, but preferably 3 or 4 players, and you will also get some dungeon quests that you might want to do as well, so having a group ready to go is really valuable, especially for those group quests. That being said, there will be plenty of people doing these quests at launch, so you shouldn't really have a problem finding a group either, but having a group ready to go at launch will be better. Number 7. Save up 5,000 gold. In the Burning Crusade we get access to flying and epic flying, so making sure you have enough gold for that in advance is a great idea. You will obviously make some gold while leveling in TBC as well, and I'm keeping track of all of the gold I make while leveling on the beta, which I will cover in a future upcoming video, but what I can tell you for now is that from level 58 to 63, I made 630 gold from vendoring stuff and doing quests. So if you want to be extremely safe, farm up 5,000 gold before TBC comes out, but to be honest, 4,000 gold should be enough as well, and you will get the rest by leveling in TBC. Number 8, if you really want to quest fast, you can easily get yourself to level 61 by pre-completing high-level classic quests and turning them in at the launch of TBC. This is obviously counterintuitive to the getting ahead of the pack argument, as you will have tons of competition once you do step through the portal, but you can get yourself a lot of experience super quickly. For this, I would recommend dungeon and raid questing as much as possible, as they give even more experience, but also regular quests in zones such as Eastern Plaguelands. I will say that you can't stack up multiple Sulgurub coins or hand-ins in general, as they only give experience on the first hand-in, so don't plan on doing multiple hand-ins as that's been tested on the TBC beta, and it's confirmed not to work. I believe Fake QT is making a list of quests you can do to optimize this as much as possible, so I will leave a link to his channel in the description, so give him a follow if you want to see that video when he's done testing it on the beta. Number 9, if you're planning on going jewel crafting when that becomes available, you might want to start farming some mining right now, because having some ores stocked up and ready to prospect will be really handy. I also think the price of ores and gems will go up substantially when jewel crafting becomes available, because in general, a lot of people don't prepare for these things, and will panic buy when it becomes available. I wish I had one more thing so I could call this a top 10 tips for preparing for TBC or something like that, but I'm actually just going to leave it right here. And if you do have a 10th tip for preparing for TBC, leave it in the comments. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give the video a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel for more TBC content. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.